Hello YouTube, Komodo Gaming here, bringing you guys another episode of Scrap Mechanic. Today we're going to be checking out some creations by a very awesome creator, somebody that I've been a big fan of. His name is Gaming Skill. He's a French YouTuber who does some really awesome Scrap Mechanic videos. And it was funny how I've discovered him. I've probably been a sub to him for, I would say, at least 4 to 5 months. And I discovered him because he had subbed to me, and I was like, oh look, another channel's subbed to me, and let's go check him out. And I discovered, wow, he's a really talented Scrap Mechanic YouTuber. So anyways, we're going to be checking out some of his creations here today. These are all available on the workshop. Some do require mods, some don't. I don't think the robot walker there requires any mods, but the others I think require the Grego mod. But anyways, we've got the speeder bike from Star Wars. We've got a futuristic motorcycle, or trike, I guess. I don't think I need to say motorcycle, it's 3 wheels. We've got a compact helicopter. We've got a robot walker, and we've got this crazy off-road vehicle. Now, the design on this suspension will blow your mind. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. So, anyways, I think we're gonna start off with probably the creation that I noticed first. And I was like, oh yes, the Star Wars nerd in me is absolutely happy. Alright, this is the speeder bike from Star Wars. This is driven by the Scout Troopers. And this thing looks exactly like the counterpart. Like, this is insane looking. It's not a very complicated design as far as the body, but just how he nailed it, that is excellent. You can see where he used the boxes and little grate pieces to look like the engine. He's got the, I think is that a modded seat? That might be a modded seat, I believe it is. He's got that, he's got the little guns on it. Now, this thing, that's pretty awesome for a little creation, that spider web. Now, I don't know exactly how this works. I see the sensors on the side. I can only assume there's some sort of stabilization glitches. You've got the 2 little mini thrusters down there. Now, this thing works in 2 different modes. Oh, that looks cool. That is one of the modded seats. It looks like he's pretty much in the exact stance that the Scout Troopers are when they ride these. Now, it does just drive on the ground if you want to do it like this, or it does have has a hover mode. Now, normally, of course, in Star Wars, they're hovering off the ground and they're driving in between trees, and it's absolutely insane looking. I don't know if I can imitate that. I'm probably going to hit a couple trees here. Nope, I'm going to hit a big tank. But yeah, this thing is so stable. Like, I don't know exactly what's... Whoop, that's going to be a big tree. But yeah, I don't know exactly what's going on here, but it takes the terrain excellent. Like, you'll see it dip down here, but it bounces right back up. It's got plenty of speed. It does control with the WASD. You've only got the 1 key to make it hover, so that's absolutely amazing because it makes it so easy to control. So you can just you can just spin it around if you want to. I mean, it's so agile, and I'm pretty sure it's working off some sort of suspension glitch, and there's some stabilization thing in here because this thing doesn't tip at all. Like, you can go head on into a tree, and normally where most creations, even with the sensors on the side, would tip over, this thing just stays upright. So really cool, fast. I love the little flaps on the bottom. That I used to have a toy. I used to be big into Star Wars toys when I was little, and I think I had a couple of these, and these things were just, I don't know, these were probably one of my favorite ground vehicles. And well, I say ground vehicles, it still hovers in Star Wars. Besides the AT walkers, coming in hot here, coming in hot. Look at that. Oh, this is amazing. I kind of want to go download the Durf, the Zelda mod, the one that has all the trees, because that would look more like the environment this thing needs to be going around in. I imagine that would be absolutely challenging to hover around all these, but if there's a vehicle up for the job, it's going to be this thing here, and that's cool. That is staying on my lift. I want to break this thing out whenever I can. This would be the perfect vehicle to go find viewer creations on. I always use smaller vehicles that are really fast, just in case I can't locate it on the map, and this thing works. Actually, you know what? I just now noticed the sensors turning there. That's a part of it. That is cool. But anyways, let's go ahead. We're going to kill the motor on this one. We got a lot to look at here today, so we're going to get that out of the way. Keep in mind, like I said, it is all on the workshop, so if you want to check out any of the creations you see here today, go over to his workshop. I'll link it in his channel in the description. Alright, we're going to check out the futuristic motorcycle next, and I shouldn't say motorcycle. This is a trike. This is 3 wheels. But this thing looks amazing. It's kind of funny looking on the lift, but when you take it off, it boop, folds out. You've got the suspension in the back, it's kind of tilted out there. You've got a motor, exhaust. I think these are actual thrusters. The brake lights even look cool on this. That's something. That is a design there. I think I've seen something like this in real life as far as a concept vehicle, but that is cool. I mean, even the frame in there, and you see these suspension pieces down there. That is a pretty crazy spider web. Let's go ahead and hop in, see what this thing looks like. Kind of want to see what this looks like from the cockpit. That's cool. That is really cool. What does this do? Okay, that's thrusters is 1. 2 is... Oh, the brake lights turn on. That's cool. Alright, let's go take this thing for a spin. And alright, there has to be... That thing turns really, really well. Maybe a suspension glitch? Yeah, it's continuing to turn there. Man, this thing really handles the terrain. It is very nice. Got a nice ride. You can see the thrusters on the front. I guess... I don't know if there's really a need for even more boost, but we're going to go ahead and switch them on here, and... we might actually take off here. Up, 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 up. Here we go. Oh, that's a tree. That is a tree. What is that purple stuff on the bottom? I don't know what that is. That might just be pieces. Actually, a couple of these are suspension blocks, I think. That's in the that might be in the MJM mod, or the DERF MJM mod. Let's see. Let's go ahead and flip this around real quick. I'm gonna drive this around a bit more. This thing is cool. Let's see. Kind of, are those just one wheel or are those two wheels put together? I guess that is just one wheel. I don't know if I've ever seen that wheel before. I've done quite a bit of playing around with the MJM pack, but that could be a wheel. I don't know if Grego, I think he had some wheels too. So I don't know whose wheel that is exactly, but it looks really cool. This thing is amazing. Here we go, we're taking off again. I've kind of turned this into, actually this thing steers in the air. That is so weird. That is awesome. All right, we're gonna flip over here. But yeah, let's go drive back to the creations. That is a unique creation. Let's see, let's go ahead and, where are we at here? We're over there. Let's drive this back and we're gonna check out the next thing, which I think we're gonna check out the compact helicopter next. Alright, he's got really cool control schemes, so I'm really curious how he did this. I got into it earlier, I didn't really mess around with it much, but spiderweb, you can see somewhat what's going on. There is a suspension glitch there. That's about it. I can't really tell. He's got those mini thrusters. Those are actually really nice because, you know, when you make like a helicopter or an airplane in vanilla scrap mechanics, it's got those huge ones and you kind of have to hide them. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get in here. There we go. Okay, 1 key. That's going to be our rotors. Okay, 2 key. That's going to be thrusters. What is 3 key? 3 key. Okay, 3 key actually lifts it. So let's see. How does this thing actually fly? Excuse me, I am not the best at flying things, but oh, okay. So WASD, W is forward. D turns. Let's see, A turns. I'm assuming S pitches back. Yep. That is pretty good. Let's see. 4. Okay, so 4 and 5 actually kind of say if you're getting off track a bit. I really would love to control the camera right now. Let me try to level myself off where I can try to get it behind me here. Now we can see where I'm going. Okay, so here we go. That's a cool control scheme. I actually like that. Yeah, so 4 and 5 kind of just tilt it left and right. 3 is actually what's propelling me up. Now 2 does seem like it's like some sort of, maybe it's like a stabilization. Thrusters, I don't really know, or maybe it's just kind of getting you started, and 3 is just that little extra step. Yeah, because it doesn't hover by itself on 3, so you need all of them going at once. I think I might hit a tree here. Nope, we're good. Yeah, this isn't that bad, actually. It's fairly easy to control. Everything on WASD makes it, you know, fairly easy. You know, I'd really like to see him build a full-size helicopter, because this is fantastic. I'd be curious to see what he can make as far as a big one, because he's got the flying method down. Actually, I really like this. I'm really used to kind of the Moonbow flight method, which that's a really good one too, but this is actually, I would probably take this also. I've seen some really funky flyers, but this is one of the easier ones to control. But, where are my creations gone? They're somewheres around here. I'm going to have to go find those. Actually, no, I think I see them in the distance, so we're going to turn around. We're actually really high in the air here. So, we're going to try to come in hot here. I don't know if this is going to exactly work. Oh no, this isn't gonna work. We are coming in way too hot. That might be, uh-oh. 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 Yep, we've tilted down. Oh, that's a tree. Wow. Okay, well, I'm still not the best at flight, but let's go check out some of the other creations. Alright, well that was the compact helicopter. Obviously, I still suck at flying, but that thing makes it a little bit easier for me. But yeah, this is the robot walker mech thing. And what is going on here? Wow. Something's going on here. I don't know what it is. Let's see, we have sensors on the bottom. Logic gates on the feet. This is a thing. I think this is all in vanilla parts too, which is really, really cool looking. You can see the controllers in the side. There's a totebot head. Tons of thrusters. Now, it did say to do this on a flat world, but I like the terrain, so we've got a flat area here, so I should be able to control this. Now, the question is, how do I actually get into it? Alright, there was an opening in the back, so I did figure out how to get into it. Let's look at the inside. This is cool. This is really compact. Like, I don't know. If you're claustrophobic, this might be a little much for you, but I don't know. I looked at some of the controls. I'm not 100% sure how this thing, I get how it works. Like, it walks like this, which walking in Scrap Mechanic is a thing. Like, every walker I've seen, it's just got its little tricks here to work. Sometimes it's like a stabilization glitch. Sometimes it's just a buttload of sensors, but these things are a challenge. I attempted it once and I realized, oh, that's cool. Yeah, I realized I wasn't good at it at all, so yeah, that's awesome. I guess that's the totebot. So yeah, you see the logic gates going off and the totebots. I think it's the drum ones going off, so it makes it sound like a gun. Now you got that. Let's see. What is 3 and 4? 3 and 4, okay, that controls the arms on the gun. Okay, so it's up and down on those. 5, it's got thrusters right around its butt area. What does 6 do? Oh, radio. Okay, so you've got that. Trying to see how this thing works. It actually propels itself. You'll see it occasionally, those back ones activate, those thrusters. And I guess it's just keeping itself up like that. There it goes again. There's some sort of sensor activating those. It does turn. It's the WASD, so when it turns, I like how the guns shift when it turns. S, that seems more like stabilization. Say you're tipping. Seems like the W and the S would be like, that's the W there, and the S would tip you backwards. So it just kind of walks at its own pace, but that is really cool looking. Like, if we could, I don't know what kind of parts we're gonna get in Scrap Mechanic soon, but if we can make these things like walk or even just run, that would be cool. Of course, I would like to see that without some of the glitches that you have to use, but this thing, from what I can tell, it's running really off of its sensors. I can see the suspension pieces in the back. They're kind of compressed on the back of the legs. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, yep, I think I finally tipped it over. That is cool. That is just a awesome looking machine. Like, especially considering that is all vanilla parts. I have not seen a mod part on that. I think it even says it in the description, but he did an excellent job with those parts. That's something. I'm really happy. That's staying on the lift too. I like that a lot. But yeah, let's go check out the last creation. Alright, we're at the last creation now. Anybody that knows me or watches my channel knows that I'm a sucker for suspensions. I'm a sucker for off-road vehicles, and this is probably one of the most unique suspensions that I've ever seen on a vehicle. This is 4 off-road pieces, 4 of the, I guess you would call them street or stock pieces, whatever they're called. The arms here, let me pull up the spider web, all the bearings back here. The way this thing works, the front and back are linked together. I don't know how to explain this, but this is cool, and it's amazing. The game is not lagging because of it. That is a lot of suspension pieces. That's like, what, 32? See, was it 8? Yeah, that is a lot. Like, I don't understand why the game's not lagging. Normally, if I put that many suspension pieces on the game, or in it, on a creation, it lags, so I don't really understand how we're avoiding that. But this is cool. It's got the big wheels on it. I don't understand how we climb up in it. I'm assuming... is there an opening under here somewhere? Might have to get a lift out to get into this thing, but this thing looks like a beast. It's like a, kind of reminds me of a Baja, maybe 1000 vehicle. Yeah, let's go ahead, hop into it. We're gonna use the lift here. Is that a button? Does that do anything? No, okay, it's just there for looks. Let's see. Wow, this thing's huge. Paint job's pretty cool too. Still don't understand how I'm gonna get into this. Actually, I can walk up the side here. We're gonna crouch, hop in. Wow, you can walk around this whole thing. Is there anything to interact with back here? Nope. It's just the front seats. Okay, let's see. What are we doing here? Wow. That is amazing. That's huge. Actually, no, I didn't notice the thrusters. When you hit the gas, the thrusters activate. I'm assuming that's keeping the suspension from compressing the whole way, giving it that ride. Because the vehicle's probably, even though he's using some of the mod parts, which it might be, I don't know, it could be the light ones, or it could be the ultralights. But still, I think he's using those thrusters to keep the suspension up. Now I'm getting a little bit of lag now once I drive this thing around, but still, even with it setting there, I figured this thing would lag like crazy. That suspension works really well. Like, that is crazy. That's cool. That is really cool. Let's try to hit some more bumpy spots here. I'm almost mesmerized just by looking at it. I'm kind of not paying attention to where I'm actually going. Let's see. Let's go ahead and hit a couple of these here. Boom! I love the way that compresses. What happens when I hit the S? Any more thrusters? No, it's just the W that activates thrusters. There's no buttons, so the doors don't open or anything. It's just all about the driving and all about the suspension here. We're going to take it out to this flat area. This one's, it's got a lot of bumps, a lot of small bumps, so it's almost like a little bump test. We'll be able to tell really how this thing's working. Now, I was wrong. I thought the front and backs, I mean, they are linked together, but that middle piece doesn't really move, so I'm assuming that's just what everything's supported off of. It almost looks like a drivetrain or something, but there's two of them here. Or a drivetrain, drive shaft. I don't know what I'm talking about here, but yeah, you can see it working out here with the, oh, what? Okay. I just hit a bump and it just bounced off. Anyways, yeah, you can see it as it runs here. You just see it bouncing up. It takes everything. Like, I haven't tipped over or anything. This is cool. I guess I could try to flip it. That's normally what I do. When I get an off-road vehicle, I like to really test it. And I don't know, here comes a big bump. We'll see what we can do here. See how easy this thing flips. You would think, with how big it is, that it'd be top-heavy, but I don't know what kind of parts he's using there. Let's see. What can I hit here? You know what? Oh, okay, that's a rock. Okay, two-wheel. Yep. That was the test there. It passed it. Wow, that's impressive. And we're still two-wheeling. That is awesome. But anyways, guys, hopefully you enjoyed today's episode. We will be returning with some more Scrap Mechanic very soon. Probably tomorrow, actually. I'm working on a couple builds here. So we'll return with that. But definitely go check out Mr. Gaming Skills' YouTube channel, his workshop. If you want to check out any of the awesome creations that we featured here today, I'm going to hit some trees here in a second. Anyways, guys, if you like to like and subscribe, everything helps my channel, and we will see you guys next time in Scrap Mechanic. Thank you.